Hello and welcome to the channel and welcome to another Lost reaction. This is season 2 episode 11 and it is the hunting party, and I'm pretty sure I know what that's referring to. Okay, in the last episode we had Echo's backstory and I've got a lot to say about that. We also had Charlie and Echo's story of finding the plane. Echo had to know, didn't he? He had to know if it was the plane that he sent, and it was. And we had probably the most important scene we have had so far in the series, Echo and the smoke. Okay, right, first off, Echo and the smoke, because I watched that at the suggestion of one of my patrons. I watched that in super slow-mo. Even did a reaction to it, link down below. It's a boring video. The upshot really was that I could see shapes in the smoke and they looked vaguely human shaped, but they were so, even at super slow-mo speed, they were there and then gone so quickly that it's really hard to know what I was looking at. I went onto the internet. Safe, one of my patrons sourced me some still photos of that scene so I could see more clearly what I was supposed to see in there. Images of Echo from his past, which leads me to the question, was the smoke reading Echo's memory or reading his thoughts? To me it seems obvious that the smoke was reading the sort of person that Echo was, in the same way that it obviously did to John. And Echo and John are very similar people, from what I can gather so far. Now, if it's reading his thoughts, then maybe it's reading his heart, his intentions, like the true core person. But if it's just reading his memories, then it's reading what he's done, what he's physically done, and the two are going to lead to two very different conclusions about Echo. Because as we saw in Echo's backstory, he hasn't led a sainted life, and the fact that we jumped from his capture as an older child, but still a child, and then we jumped all the way to his organising the heroin export on the plane. We miss out all those years in between, and I don't know why. Why did we have such a big jump scene? Two reasons in my mind. One, the writers want us to deliberate on exactly what happened during those missing years so that they can reveal it in a future episode. Seems the most likely, in which case what are they hiding from us? The second reason, I think, which is equally as plausible, is that the writers feel that they told Echo's story succinctly enough. You had all the information you needed to draw the correct conclusion. Echo's kind of the opposite of, for me, Sawyer and Shannon. With both Sawyer and Shannon, we've been kind of led to believe at the beginning that they were horrible people. Not necessarily evil, just shallow and self-minded. And we slowly, over time, have learnt that they are sympathetic, wonderful human beings. Forget how Shannon's story ends. That's not important for this point. Whereas Echo, we kind of got the impression, he kind of got the implication that he was a kind and good and beautiful soul. And then we get a backstory where he is obviously a killer, part of a gang, and probably quite high up in that gang, from what I could tell. Still under leash, but not so much an innocent victim in all of this, maybe. The gaps, they just lead to more questions, don't they? I still like Echo. I mean, he's a good person, I think. That's why his backstory just... Oh, yeah, it's that kind of show, isn't it? I know. The other thing we got was Echo and Charlie going through the forest to see the plane. We got the Echo and the smoke, and we, the audience, see the smoke for the first time really up close. When it was going, when the camera was panning through the smoke, there was all sorts of sounds, and even in the slow-mo, I was listening to the sounds more than, I think, concentrating on what the smoke was, sort of the images, because there was this deep pulsing regular rhythm, like a heartbeat, but not the normal human heartbeat that we know. It was more like a doo, doo, doo. The fact that the smoke is definitely alive, it's a living thing, or is it? I don't know. Is it naturally occurring, or has it been created by, for instance, the Dharma Institute? Because if it's been created, it's probably on its own, it's probably alone. But if it's a naturally occurring creature, hitherto unknown, there might be more. There might be a Mrs. Smokey and lots of little baby Smokies. I make a joke of it, but the implication is quite scary. There was a conversation between Michael and... I don't remember exactly. I think it was John, where they were saying about Michael wanting to... Oh, I think it might have been with Jack, actually. Michael was saying about he wants to go after Walt, and Jack was saying, no, that would be a really stupid idea to do that alone. And you know how I felt about that. You know, I thought Michael was stupid enough to do that. But he turned around and said, no, I know that's stupid. But then he gave a look. And I think that look was meant for us, the audience. And that look, for me, said, ignore what you've just heard, I'm doing this alone. But the fact that this episode is called The Hunting Party makes me believe that this is what the hunting party is hunting Walt, or at least hunting the others. I hope Michael's not trying to do this alone, because there are plenty of people that do care about Walt. I'm thinking if he doesn't take Ana Lucia and John Locke with him, then there's something seriously wrong. Because if he's going after Walt, then I think Ana Lucia is going to want to go after... I can't remember her name. Cindy. And John is a good tracker. But who else will go? I don't know. Probably Charlie will want to lend a hand. Okay, let's go on with this.
I'm surprised it hasn't caused permanent ischemia. Digli di smettere di bisbigliare, non sono un idiota.
He says you don't need to talk in whispers. He knows he doesn't have a chance.
Your father appreciates candor.
We both do.
Well, then tell him I'm very sorry, but he's not a candidate for surgery. Because what your father is looking for is not a surgical procedure. What he is looking for is a miracle.
Signore, non sono venuto fino a qui per lei. Sono venuto qui per il suo figlio.
He said, I did not come all this way for you, sir. I came for him.
Look, everything that my father's saying, the risks, the unlikelihood, he's absolutely right.
But will you try?
Of course he will, because it's Jack.
All I'll have to admit him in the next couple of weeks. Run some tests.
Ringrazio tantissimo.
That is not what Christian wanted to hear, is it? He wanted his son to back him up. Yeah, the rift has started.
I'm going after my son, and nobody is going to stop me, okay? Okay, that is my right.
Okay, he is so stupid.
Right.
There's another way to go about it.
Get in the damn You're gonna shoot me, Michael!
So,
Do this together, okay? I'll come with you.
No, I have to do it now. I have to do it alone.
okay, that's... I was just about to say, oh great, Michael is that stupid to go on his own, but the words, I have to do this alone, oh, that brings up a whole new thing.
Maybe they went out for ice cream.
Hey!
Jack?
In here, in the armory! Michael, in here.
What do you say?
I got it.
Hope you got the combo, Doc.
What happened?
Michael went after Walt.
Went after Walt. Pulled a gun on me, put us both in there. I went after Walt.
Hey, what are you doing?
It look like coming with you.
Yeah, of course
Still
he
on
is.
antibiotics.
Sawyer actually does care for Mike.
That sounds like a trail.
Oh, Kate's going with him as
You got a
well.
gun for me?
Okay.
You're not coming.
Excuse me?
You're not coming. Someone has to be here to take care of the button.
So why should that person be me? I can track, carry a
You're
gun.
not coming. You're staying, right?
He is really adamant. I think you better just listen to him and argue about it later. She's not happy either. This is all about women not being happy about things.
I'll talk him into coming back.
This is the second time he's gone after Walt. He knocked me out. He locked us both up. Something tells me he might be past listening to reason.
Yes.
What, you think we should just let him go?
No.
Write him off?
Who are we to tell anyone what they can or can't do?
That's his thing, isn't it? So where's Michael
Sure, Mike,
gone?
This way?
Why do you ask?
Oh, I don't know, Mr. Clean. I probably would have gone around Mount Vesuvius.
Why'd you pick Sawyer?
What do you mean, pick?
After the census, Hurley gave me the flight manifest. Your name is James, right?
Yeah.
James Ford. Michael!
Check it out.
What's
Michael! Jack! Jack!
That was a lot of gunshots. A lot of gunshots.
Michael!
They're going to get themselves lost in this jungle.
What? He's close.
Yeah, and if he was shooting at someone, you want him coming back?
Jack!
I had it!
I know, son.
I got it! I got it all! I mean, I had it!
He was a sick old man on the table for 7.5 hours. His heart gave out. It's nobody's fault. Go home.
Go home. He's right. Go home. That's no. Sarah's going to see this.
I've lost the trail.
You don't just lose a trail.
Just don't want to find him.
Yeah, that's right, Jack. I've been running through the jungle toward the sound of gunfire because I don't care about Michael.
Don't turn around on me, John.
You're not going to get him to come back, and you know it.
You know what happens if we just turn around and go back? We're never gonna see him again.
You're exactly right, Jack.
Who's that?
But if I were you, I'd listen to Mr. Locke.
Who's that? Well, obviously one of the others.
He's a son of a bitch who shot me on the raft.
Why don't you point the gun down?
Yeah, he's not alone.
Why don't you build us a fire, John? I think it's time we all had a talk.
Oh. That's amazing. They want to talk.
Just sit down, Jack. Nobody gonna hurt you. I come in peace.
How do you know our names?
You took Walt.
Walt's fine. He's a very special boy.
We know.
You said you wanted to talk. Talk.
Tell me, you go over a man's house for the first time. Do you take off your shoes? You put your feet up on his coffee table?
No.
You walk in the kitchen, eat food that doesn't belong to you?
This is their home.
Open the door to rooms you got no business opening? Since the dawn of our species, man's been blessed with curiosity. You know the other one about curiosity, don't you, Jack?
Yeah.
This is not your island. This is our island. And the only reason you're living on it is because we let you live on it.
I think there's more of us than there are of you. I think if you had any real strength, you wouldn't have had to send a spy.
It's an interesting theory.
Don't tell me,
Light
Ethan.
'em up!
Okay,
We got a misunderstanding, Jack. Your people, my people. So listen carefully. Right here, there's a line. You cross that line, we go from misunderstanding to something else.
You don't want that something else.
Bring her out, Alex! She was following you. Like I
Oh,
said.
Kate.
Curiosity.
Oh my God, the others have got Kate.
Don't.
You never had any real power there, Jack. Are they going to keep their word, though?
Done, Zeke.
Yep, he kept his word. Well, Jack, you lost that confrontation, didn't you? At least you know who they are and why they're doing what they're doing.
How did the daughter take it? What's her name, Gabriella?
She kissed me.
He admitted it.
I don't know how it happened.
I'm not entirely sure you really needed to say that.
I made a mistake, and this is my fault. It's my fault that you and me... I haven't been here, Sarah.
She's having an affair.
I'm leaving you.
Oh, wow.
I was already leaving you. That's why my mother was here. She was helping me back. I've been seeing someone.
Oh, she did have an affair.
Someone else.
Can't say I'm surprised that that's how it turned out.
Saeed tells me that you're a cop.
Was.
I was a cop.
How long do you think it would take to train an army?
A few months. Oh, wow. That I've got to write that down. That was quite a bombshell to end on. So, that last scene, how long will it take to train an army? This is war. Jack, I think, is going to declare war on the others. Misunderstanding or no, it's a battle for dominance on the island. And it was a good point that I think the Zeke, should we call him, made, in that is their home, that the island has been their home for we don't know how long, and the tail section people and the main body people section are newcomers, interlopers, immigrants. unwelcome to a degree. And he mentioned about Walt being special. Is this the same special that we learnt about earlier? Or are they seeing something different for Walt? I don't know. Other than that, yeah, a lot of Jack's backstory, a lot of men basically not doing the right thing particularly, and women being unhappy about it. Jin and Sun, I think Sun was wrong in not allowing Jin to, or asking Jin not to go after Michael. Jin cares for Michael and he wanted to help, especially since he kind of tried to isolate himself at the beginning of the adventure, shall we say. Yeah, he really feels the need to integrate and be of use. But it did lead to that beautiful understanding between them, where they're not going to tell each other how they should and what they should do. And that was nice. Yeah, all the rest, yeah, it was really good. I'm not surprised about Jack's wife leaving him. I mean, we kind of knew that that's what happened, but I've always got the impression that Sarah died. Maybe that comes later, but the divorce thing came, you know, the leaving and the affair came as a bit of a surprise. Yeah, it's just that conversation with the others. That's a very important thing. And I don't know where this is going to lead, and I'm excited and scared a little bit. I don't think anything else really came up that was of majorly importance to discuss just now. I think I'll have a think about this and come back to you on the next episode. So, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Until then, keep well, have a good time. Bye-bye.